Right now, nearly 44 million Americans hold federal student loans. The average borrower owes about $37,000. 20% will have monthly payments topping $500. More than 40% are unaware of what their payments or repayment options are, leaving them even more vulnerable to scammers offering an easy way out.
Joining us now is CBS News MoneyWatch Associate Managing Editor Aimee Picchi. So, Aimee, just to illustrate how difficult this restart will be for a lot of people, what are Americans saying about how they will be impacted?
Right. Yeah. So we know that about 1 in 5 borrowers could really struggle with repayment. That's according to a study from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau earlier this year. And that's more than 8 million Americans. But we also know from a poll from CNET, a recent poll, that most of those 44 million borrowers still expect that they're going to feel that impact in their budgets. For instance, that poll found that 7 in 10 borrowers said they're going to have to cut back on spending when repayments restart in October. So there's a lot of financial anxiety ahead of this.
What should folks be aware of in terms of identifying exactly what they should be on the lookout for in a potential scam?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, security experts are telling us at CBS News that they're seeing an uptick in scams as this repayment is about to restart next month. So first, be aware that this is happening. These scammers are preying on fear and confusion ahead of this October deadline for repayment starting up again. Secondly, the experts are telling us that these robocalls and emails tend to offer something enticing. They're offering to lower or postpone your monthly payment, even providing full forgiveness. Some identify themselves fraudulently as calling from the Department of Education, and others identify themselves as something like student services or kind of some other sort of similar official sounding name. So be aware that these are happening, and you might get a call or email that sounds great, but it could be a scammer.
Yeah, I mean, I can see how people would get emotional, right? It's such an emotional topic when you're talking about money. It's not something people have maybe had to deal with. And so I'm wondering, Aimee, what should people do before they respond to any unsolicited calls or emails?
Yeah. So first, be aware if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Secondly, the experts say you should be logging into studentaid.gov right now and checking on your student loan servicer. During the pandemic, when people didn't have to repay the loans for more than 3 years, a lot of these servicers changed. So your servicer from before the pandemic might not be who's handling your loan now. So check and make sure who is actually handing your loan. Secondly, always be aware of grammatical errors, misspellings, things that just don't sound right that could tip you off that email or call isn't legit. And the FTC is also saying that if they ask you to pay up front to manage your loans, it's a scam. You shouldn't have to pay to manage your loans. So also be aware of that.
Alrighty, Aimee Picchi, good advice. Thanks so much.